78, 79, 80. Whew. Oh. Sorry about that. I didn't know I was recording already. I was just over there training for Eradication Live All-Stars, coming to you live December 2nd over on Twitch at Eradication Live. No spoilers. Maybe I'll be on that season. Who knows? I'm at least top 5 of this season, so there's a good chance. What a cold open. Anyways, hello everybody, and welcome to Eradication Live, Season 3, Episode 7, Reaction and Reflection. It's been a while. It has certainly been a little bit since the last one, but that's okay. This episode, surprise, came out last night. I wasn't expecting another episode until December, but Luke, being the amazing person that he is, figured out a way to edit the video, hundreds of miles away from his computer, so good job. But yeah, episode came out last night. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm making sure that I get my... Oh my god, these cats are killing me. I filmed this like 40 times, and they keep running in the background. We're keeping it in this time. I don't care. But yeah, I'm trying to get this out as quick as possible. So I'm just going to put him up and hope that I don't need to do take 41. I did see that there was a tiny little recap in the beginning of this episode, so I'm not going to give you much of a recap, and we're just going to watch that. And we're just going to get started right now. So let me switch over to my streaming setup, and here we go.
I'm gonna be so real. I'm putting down me, Hudson, and Taylor.
It is first one to drop is out. VC has dropped his coat hanger.
I think I have to go into survival mode on this one, and I need Miles.
I'm gonna make a call.
I was in survival mode on every round. I don't know why I had to say I'm going in survival mode on this one. Literally every single round, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to go with Miles because that keeps me safe.
And, it's game only. I'm going to go with Taylor.
I forgot Dante going with Taylor over Modern sucked for me. I really wanted Modern in this game.
There was no factions successfully created this round. Miles, congratulations. You are safe. Taylor, you are safe. Ethanimale, you are in the final 5.
I didn't even get mine up.
You are in the final 5. Anna's bouncing. Dante is bouncing. Anna has dropped. Dante, you are in the final 5.
That's cool. I didn't see that before. I don't think they've done this yet. Wow, that kind of puts it into perspective a little bit, just like seeing how many people have been eradicated. Also, check out the new logo that they got. I think it's an improvement over the last one. They had a skull, but it's a new and improved skull. Not important whatsoever to the reaction or reflection. But I was just pointing it out. Yeah, down to 5 people. Look at all those people that are gone. I'm sorry, this is my review. We're looking at everything. Boom. You got the 12 of us to start, but 7 disappeared. Who was it? It was... Sorry, I'm going to keep going back. I'm so sorry. Maximo, VC, Jonah, Noah, Modern, Jess, and Hannah all out. 5 left. Hudson, Taylor, Miles, Dante, and myself. At the start of the final 5 round.
This is the last round before our infamous final four format switch. To make it clear, the final 4 format, I will explain it in detail once we're at final 4, but what you need to know is that you cannot be automatically eliminated from this point forward. If you're out of the game, you cannot be automatically eliminated after the final 5. In final 4, final 3,
I was so happy for a second. I was like, sweet, I can't be autoed out at this point. And then Florenzi corrected himself, and I'm like, okay, this is definitely an auto. But I was expecting it to be 2 of 2. So it's just like I had a quick moment of relief before he came crashing down again.
You're only out if you lose a riot, if that makes sense. And once you're in final 2, you have to, pitch your case. But this is the last normal round of our format, and you have to create. I kind of spoiled it, didn't I?
Yeah.
2 factions of 2. Access is granted to just 2 rooms. That includes the courtyard, and that also includes the cafeteria, because there is no room limit once again. All right? You have only 3 minutes to figure this out, and your time starts now.
Miles. I think this should be pretty clear.
It was so obvious. I mean, like, I knew after winning the after Miles and I both survived the final 6 riot that I was I mean, it is kind of baseless, but I was pretty confident that this round was going to be 2 of 2. So I kind of figured already that Miles and I were we were just going to instantly pair up, and it was just going to be a free ticket into the final 4. As you can see, not even like 2 seconds. Oh, did my camera freeze? There we go. We're back. Not even 2 seconds in, we're already paired up. And I mean, that is the benefit to having a ride or die in the game. And I've had a couple friends play Eradication since this season, and I'm not going to get into those. I'm not going to spoil it. But what I told them before they played, both of them, I always said the most important thing to do is find a ride or die, because there are going to be rounds where you need one person. You don't need 5 people. You don't need 7 people. You just need one person. And that's the advice that I've given every person that I've given advice to before they play, is just find that ride or die.
Yeah, Dante, it's been since round 1. I mean,
The commons. We made it.
yeah, exactly. The commoners.
Yes.
I had a feeling y'all were together.
Never.
Interesting.
I tried to evoke that a little. I'm like, maybe I don't know as much as I do. So I said that out loud.
I mean, well, hey, we got 2.5 minutes.
All right, so here, as you can see, what's happening is Dante and the Hudson had paired up. They had been kind of working together the whole time, leaving Taylor on the outs. And it seemed like this conclusion was come to very quickly, pretty much in the first 10 seconds. One of the benefits to not actually being in the majority for a while is that, I mean, Miles and I, we lost all of our allies early on. So at this point, we weren't really betraying anybody. There was no pressure on Miles or myself. All the pressure was on Dante and Hudson, because they had Taylor in the group. Taylor had chosen that side. So now, when she was fighting for her life, she was like, it's not even worth asking Ethan and Miles, because they didn't work with us before. Why would we work with them now? I'll talk a little bit more about it in like a minute or so, because I got a couple more things to say. But yeah, that was one benefit of this, is that I just got to sit and watch here. I knew it was happening, and they weren't really pitching to me.
Right. Well, am I by myself? Last woman standing, and
Good
I ain't got
job.
no
Good
shot.
job.
Yeah, they good
Good. I was
job.
rooting for you.
Ain't got no shot. Oh my God! Come on now. Come on,
That was
y'all.
crazy.
Don't be predictable. I mean, you know, because if you're gonna be sending someone to the jury, you kind of don't want to be predictable.
Guys, what are you doing back there? Sorry, my cats are the biggest nuisances ever. Booker, don't even think about it. I liked Taylor's fight here. I do like it. And I was really because obviously you want to stay in the game. Obviously autos are really tricky. You don't even get a riot. So throw everything you have. Like, threaten being a bitter juror. I don't care. Like, do whatever you got to do to stay in the game. So I loved it.
But if I burn,
really respect
but
it.
if we burn, see, my thing is, if we burn someone, they're not gonna vote either way.
I mean, but you also, it's one person, but
That's
like,
me. That's to me. I burned you.
That's tough. Yeah, Dante's been burning a lot of people recently, it seems.
So at this point, okay, like I said, I've got some stuff to say still. I'm sorry. I'm so I love pausing and talking. Oh, because we had 2 minutes, I was like, why not just try to cause a little bit of chaos? Not by fully throwing anybody under the bus. I mean, maybe I do. I don't remember. It's been a long time. It's been almost like 8 months since this happened now. So, like, my memory's a little shot from it all. But from what I remember at this point, I was just trying to stir the pot a little bit. I was just trying to get people talking. So, hey, I mean, maybe I was throwing Dante under the bus a little bit by just saying, hey, you kind of been screwing a lot of people over recently.
That's tough. Yeah, Dante's been burning a lot of people recently, it seems like.
I'm
I
honest.
respect
I feel like I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
well. I'm pretty clear that I'm like just kind of whatever gets me through. Like I've been in a lot of eliminations, so
Oh, no, yeah.
He
No,
also-
no
he
disrespect.
also-
Yeah.
yeah.
sided with me,
And
right?
honestly, like I feel like I got told something that wasn't true either, so like didn't work out.
Interesting. Do you want to specify?
Well,
Because I know it's not from me, and I know it's not from Miles, so that means that it's from
Well,
someone
I
else.
thought it was Hudson, me, and Taylor. That
I forgot about it. So what I'm referencing is that Dante was saying that he was. They're talking about. I say there. We are talking about the prior round, the final 6, where Dante duped Miles and myself. Told us that he was going to faction with us, and he didn't. But I think Taylor messed up Dante's faction as well. So Dante thought that someone lied to him. But while Dante was saying that, I took the opportunity to kind of just drag his name in the mud a little bit more, and be like, hey, we're going to be talking about lying. I know you were lying because I know Miles didn't lie. I know I didn't lie. It's all just like a smoke screen. Like, I don't actually care. I don't care at all. It is solely to stir the pot a little bit, to just play it up a little bit, maybe rattle him a tiny bit. Not that it's actually rattling him, but I do not care at all that Dante lied to me. But I think it's fun and maybe even advantageous to kind of just bring it up, especially in front of like Taylor. If we're looking at jury votes, just be like, hey, Dante, you kind of been lying a lot. You've been a little dishonest. Because I didn't think that, or like I thought that would help me if I was against Dante in the final 2. My plan was always to go to the final 2 with Miles, but I can't put all my eggs in that basket. There are so many, like Miles could lose at the final 4, and then I have to go to the end with somebody different. So any little thing that I could do to just throw a little bit of discredit towards someone's way was something that I wanted to do, especially when we just had like 2 free minutes to just talk in front of everybody.
that's how I voted. But
I did as well.
I'm gonna read
Because I know it's not from.
what was happening.
Interesting. Do you want to?
got told something that wasn't true either, so like didn't work out.
Interesting. Do you want to specify?
Well,
Because I know it's not from me, and I know it's not from Miles, so that means that it's from
Well,
someone
I
else.
thought it was Hudson, me, and Taylor. That's how I voted. But
I did as well, but I don't think Taylor got the message to see him.
I didn't
Yeah,
get the message.
that
makes
I
sense.
thought it was. I thought I voted.
all right,
on-
so it's
last
me,
time.
you,
Yeah.
and you. So it's 2 groups of 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Oh,
sucks.
I wish I knew how the Final Four works. I've never
Taylor's
watched
getting,
it.
like,
I had no idea what the Final 4 and Final 3 format was. Like, I'm such an idiot for not freaking preparing more. But it's because I got these freaking cats that day. I forgot. That was the day that we rescued Daisy from the streets. So the day that I had planned on studying the day of, and then my day got taken over by this feline friend. So I came in, and then I knew that the Final 4 and Final 3 format were different, but I had no idea what it was. So I'm just kicking myself. I'm like, man, I wish I knew what it was so I could prepare. But what are you going to do?
like,
I don't know.
I'm not
I don't know
gonna
what we're going
Taylor's
into.
Getting like the
Oh.
back end of the stick.
This is wild that it's like 2.
I see
Two.
Taylor talking. I can't hear you though.
I definitely was not trying to like stop Taylor from talking. I just could not hear her. Because I would have loved if Taylor could have convinced Dante. I mean, Hudson, I don't know if they ever show a confessional of mine, but I wanted Hudson out so badly for like the last 10 rounds. I just knew he was positioned so well. Like, nothing against Hudson. It's the opposite. I was just like really envious of his position. He seemed so good. Even Taylor right there. Like, Dante and Taylor saying that they messed up their final 6 factions. They both tried factioning with Hudson. They just got the other person wrong. Like, he was such a good spot. And I just couldn't get rid of him. So I would have loved if Taylor would have gone with Dante. I might even egg Dante on a little bit. I don't remember. I guess this is just a reaction for all of us because I don't remember what happened here.
Taylor, yeah, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Wi-Fi, she's coming for me. I was just gonna say, I guess there's not much I can do, but I'm gonna say, Dante, I'm gonna put your name down again. I feel like you've had my back. Hudson, nothing against you. I've been with Hannah a lot of the time, and so it's up to you, Dante. But
Ethan, don't
no
forget.
disrespect.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
I had forgotten to submit at that point, so thank you, Miles, for the reminder.
1 minute left, and then I need factions. Thank you.
Yeah, Dante, you can vote how you want, but like I said, we've
Yeah.
been together since round
I'm
1.
just gonna be honest. I've been honest. I'm voting Hudson. And it's no offense because you both have been great allies.
Yeah.
But it's just that Hudson was like from dot one. Like we were in the same room.
I
So
mean,
that's how I'm going.
fighting since round 1 because I was thrown in the first riot, but that's fine.
I don't know.
It's all good.
I feel so bad. I'm just like, I don't know why.
It's bad. It's just.
But it's like an impossible situation. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's the episode title.
You could write Taylor's name down. There's
Whoa,
nothing
whoa,
stopping.
whoa!
Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the egging on. They're saying it's an impossible situation, and I'm like, is it? You could just write her name down. Again, not expecting them to write Taylor's name down, but why just let, like, the fighter flame out, or whatever it's called. It's like, I wanted to fan those flames. I want to, like, hey, whoa, this isn't impossible. You could easily just write Taylor's name down. Well, of course. I mean, I couldn't write Taylor's name down. That would be ridiculous. But you certainly could. Yeah, it's just having fun in the round. I love stirring the pot. I forgot. I thought that this round, I forgot just the fun to have this round because there was nothing for me to lose. I knew Miles was not turning on me. And I will even say there was, not that I was actually going to turn on Miles, but there was the thought, of course, where it's just like, okay, do I want Miles or do I want Taylor? I at least entertained the idea. I think it would be silly to not think about your all of your options, but it was like, I don't know, after thinking about it for a few seconds, I was looking at the way that the jury was formed. It was basically this alliance of 5 versus me and Miles. That formed the jury in the final 2. Or like that would form that. And I just did not think that I would necessarily have the numbers in the final 2 if I was against anybody in that alliance. Maybe a Dante possibly, but I definitely thought that I would lose to Hudson. And Taylor, I would vote for Taylor over myself if I'm in the final 2. She would probably get my vote over everybody, except for maybe Miles, because I was kind of, Miles and I kind of like stuck together the whole time. So if it was Miles and Taylor in the final 2, I probably would have voted for Miles. But everybody else, I mean, I would have voted for Taylor. So I was looking at this and I was like, dang, I need to go to the end with Miles because everybody else might just have too many votes. So I did entertain the idea of keeping Taylor here, but it was a fleeting thought and it only lasted for a couple seconds. But if they wanted to keep Taylor, that would have been fun.
You could write Taylor's name down. There's
I'm
no
gonna rewind again just so I
I
can
feel so
get the whole
bad.
context.
I'm just like, I don't know why.
It's just.
But it's like an impossible situation. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do.
You could write Taylor's name down. There's
Whoa,
nothing
whoa,
stopping.
whoa, whoa!
I feel like Hudson's not had as big of a journey to fight as much as
I was in the first ride as well.
And how many since then, besides all the ones that we've messed up?
What? I think I've been saved, what, 1 or 2 rounds?
Time is
Yeah, I
up,
was in the voting part.
and we did have one faction successfully formed. That consisted of Ethanimale
Final Four, baby!
and Miles. You
Oh,
two
that's
have
I wish I knew how the Final Four worked, but all I knew is that I was there.
made
shocking.
it into the final four.
Loyalty gets you.
We had a second.
Is that what? Did I seriously say that? I'm such a
Four.
bitch.
Loyalty gets you.
Oh my god. I mean, like, I don't even know who that was. I think that was directed at Dante. I think I was just throwing more at Dante, but it was all in fun. I'm laughing.
We had a second successful faction, meaning a player will be automatically eliminated. That faction consists of Dante and Hudson. Congratulations, you two. You have both made it into the
No
final
surprise.
four, which means, Taylor, I am so sorry. Amazing, amazing time watching you play. Unfortunately, we don't get last words from you just yet.
I loved
So
Taylor.
you'll have to go ahead and turn off your camera. And
They did a second chance season a couple seasons later, and again, I'm not going to spoil that. But if there was anybody that I was sad was not on the second chance cast, it was Taylor. I would have really liked to see Taylor play again. That is all.
microphone as we move into the final four. Thank you for playing. Our final four of season 3.
Oh.
Dante, Ethanimale, Hudson, and Miles, you two have beaten the format, so we have to shake things up a little bit. Let me go
Okay.
ahead and grab our next requirement.
Is it finally the colors, or are you just like screwing with our heads?
You must create your own faction of 3. Here's how this works. Out of the 4 of you, you each need to submit to me a group of 3 that you want to supposedly faction with. In doing so, you are leaving one player out. Whoever you leave out will be in the riot. Does that make sense?
So this was confusing the first time I heard it. I think the best way to explain it is that every person just picks one person that automatically goes in the riot. So, like by making your own group of 3, you're leaving one person out. So you're basically just saying, like, for me, I could just be like, okay, Hudson, you're going into the riot. And then Hudson could be like, okay, Ethan, you're going into the riot. He wouldn't know what I said, but it's like you're basically just sending in one name and you're like, that person's going into the riot no matter what. So the hope or the goal of these rounds is to make sure that none of the other people are sending you in. And that's all.
If me, Luke, Noah, and Caleb were in the final 4, I faction with me, Luke, and Noah. Caleb, no matter what anyone else does, Caleb would be in the riot. To simplify it, each of you are essentially sending one of your
There it is.
competitors into the riot. If no one sends you into the riot, then you're in the final 3 guaranteed. Access is granted to 3 rooms, so RIP C block. You cannot go into the C block, but you can go into the cells, the commons, and the cafeteria. Not in here though, because there is a room limit of 2 a room still. I love this game. You have to return to the courtyard in.
If it wasn't obvious by the 7,000 times that I said this, it was me and Miles and it was Dante and Hudson. Like, it was now just finally a head-to-head of the 2 duos. We had, luckily, based off of the faction mandates and surviving riots and not getting eliminated, Miles and I have overcome this 2-5, maybe it was 2-4, because I guess we'll say it was a 2-4 disadvantage. This 2-4 numbers disadvantage from the final 6, 3-5 at like the final 8. And we have whittled them down to just 2, so now it is equal ground, and with the way that this format works, it is anybody's game.
4 minutes. You have 4 minutes to do this. Again, cafeteria, commons, and cells, you do not have access to C block. Your time starts now.
Yo.
Okay. So, we made it, but I think we need to together here. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know the strategy for this. Should we?
So, I
both
think we
pick one of
both.
them?
Yes, exactly. So then it sends at least both of them to the riot. I think they're probably doing the same, but
Do the same thing, yeah.
Hey, I think I've got a strategy that I
Yeah,
think
we
we should
just-
do.
I mean, yeah, I think it's the most obvious thing.
Yeah, we each put a different one in there.
Yeah, we all just came to the same conclusion instantly. Which, I mean, I know it seems like the obvious answer, but in the moment, like for me, I didn't know what the Final Four format was. So as soon as we hear that, although it's obvious from the outside perspective, I didn't like instantly figure out that the optimal strategy would be for Miles and I to both send in a different one. It took me a second. We all figured it out pretty quickly, but I just wanted to say that it wasn't as obvious the first time you're hearing it. I'm sure if I had watched the Final Four or figured out what it was, like at all before the day, I would have known that going into it, but I don't know. That is all. And not everybody ends up figuring out that that's what you're supposed to do, but maybe that's only, I think that might only be optimal if it's two duos. That's all. My actual strategy, though, for future times, if I'm ever playing again, or if I'm ever going to All-Stars, well, maybe I shouldn't say my strategy. No, I don't care. Just you make sure that just throw in someone that you don't think is going to go win. Don't let someone get a free pass. Unless the only time that okay, well, there may be other situations, and I'm kind of just rambling now. But say that, like this isn't true, but say that like Dante was a huge GOAT, like no win equity. I knew that he would get no jury votes at the end. At that point, I might be like, okay, let's not risk losing him if I want to go to Final Two. Then I might just let him scoot on by. But at this point, with this, you just want to put as many people in the riot as possible to increase your odds of surviving. So yeah, it seems like everybody came to that conclusion. So now we can just hear us talk for a bit.
Gets our obviously ourselves.
I'll put Yumi Dante. You put Yumi Hudson.
Yeah, wait. I'm putting Hudson down with us, correct?
Yes, and then I'm gonna put Dante. So you're sending in Dante. I'm sending in Hudson. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna do the
Miles,
exact same thing.
yeah,
So,
I'm
okay,
the same
Who
kind
do
of.
you want to send in?
I don't. It literally doesn't matter. But I guess I'll just take Ethan. So I'll write down me, Ethan, and you, and
Okay,
then
I'll
you
put
you
Miles.
write down Lyle. Yeah,
Dude, can we be the final two? Is that possible? Like, I would
it's a
love-
possibility. It
I don't
depends how
really
the
know
challenge
what's
goes.
going on, but like that's my intention. So like,
Yeah.
let's kill this like Final Four challenge because I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be four-way. Right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. They're gonna do the same thing. They're not done.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hey, a 4-person riot.
We have the 15 colors.
We got the 15 colors. Oh,
Yellow.
you're right, dude. I'm so glad that we like actually just stayed loyal the whole time. That's...
Yellow, orange, red.
I'm gonna keep emphasizing it. It is such a. It is not fair to people that don't have that strong person that you can rely on. Having Miles in this game made this game so much easier. Having someone that I could just trust. And I know that I was setting myself up if Miles ever wanted to backstab me, but I really trusted him, and it paid off. We never betrayed each other. From the very first or the second round or so, like we were sharing the same information. Like there were the freaking colors we had to remember in the beginning, and like just having someone that I could just be like shoot my ideas off of, bounce it off. Daisy, honey, you're fine. There's nothing to scream about. But it is just like, if you ever play this game, find somebody that you can just be loyal. Even if you're not loyal to them, just convince them that you're loyal to them. Because it is such an advantage having somebody like that. If I didn't have Miles, I'm out at... If I'm not out at 7, I'm out at 5, you know? So maybe that's like a knock to my game that I needed at least one other person. But that's kind of just how you progress in this game. You just need people. So maybe it's not a knock at my game. Maybe it's just I needed somebody and I had somebody. That is all. I'll stop gushing about having Miles on my side.
But
I'm
yeah,
just gonna fuck around and have
hopefully they do
fun.
something dumb. Like if they put them both on me, and then it's just a 1v, or like it's 3 of us, you make it to the end, like that. That's better odds that one
Not
of
that
them
I'm
gets
asking
on.
you to betray me, but I got you in the end if I somehow get out of here.
Oh, I'm going, like, if there's a chance, hey, if there's a chance to take someone to final 2, I don't know how the final 3 works.
Oh no, I'm taking you to
you.
the final 2. I'm saying if I happen to go, like
Yeah,
I'm going
likewise.
to win.
Yeah, obviously, if you make it.
Yeah, and that is something that I will say is that going into this, if I was to be a juror, like my thought process was I'm gonna vote for who I thought played the best game. Like it always kind of annoyed me watching people just vote for their allies at the end. Like sometimes sometimes it makes sense, but it's like, oh, you should vote for the person you played the better game. I get it now. Like I understand. I thought Hudson was playing the best game. I was gonna vote for Miles over everybody. If Miles is in the end and I wasn't in the end, it's just it felt like he had earned my jury vote by staying loyal with me the whole way through. And that's just my individual vote as a juror. I would have voted for Miles over everybody else. Even if I thought Hudson played the better game. Loyalty's a weird thing. It's so weird. Hi, Daisy. Excuse me for 1 second before my cat does something that she shouldn't be doing. Hi, Mama. Let's go over here. Sweet girl. She's just jumping on all the fixtures, and it's not great. Anyways, I get so sidetracked in all of these, and I apologize. I literally just pause and then say whatever's on my mind. If you put all my reaction and reflections together, it's going to be like 6 hours, but Daisy, I can't with her. But yeah, I was just saying that I would have voted for Miles over anybody at the end. And it seemed like he would have as well.
Get to the end, I think.
I hope we have Modern's vote too. One of us doesn't.
I think we'll have
Just need a
Modern's
third
vote.
person.
I really think that it's important. Like, I think
It's
Dante and
Taylor.
Hudson,
It's gonna
they've
come down to
worked.
Taylor.
They've worked with the other side the whole time, so I think that they will win.
That's why we need to get final 2 together.
Exactly what I was saying earlier. I figured that because I was looking at the jury votes, and although Dante, I was a little bit unsure about. Dante, I was like, okay, maybe. Dante had burned enough people. Like Dante was the sole person responsible for sending Modern and Taylor home. So if either of them were a little bit bitter, that could have been a vote for us. I guess just me. But I knew if Hudson was in the final, so he was winning no matter what. I mean, Hudson was getting Hana's. Hudson was probably getting Taylor's. And Hudson was definitely getting Dante's if Hudson wasn't in the final 2 with Dante. Like, I knew Hudson had it locked. Dante was the one that I was like, maybe I can beat Dante in the end. But I was just definitely stressing to Miles, like, hey, I don't know if we can beat them. You should just take me. I was confident he was taking me, but it doesn't hurt to just throw in a little extra reassurance, like, take me, they're going to beat us.
Exactly.
But
Is there anything like should we try to talk to them?
I don't know. I think they're kind of like grouped up in a little thing, so
Yeah,
I don't know if there is any talking to them. And not only that, they're just doing the same thing. I almost guarantee it. They're doing the same exact thing. They're sending both of us.
Hudson's got a good read on the game.
This is pretty clear.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. So that means 4 of us in the riot, I guess. And that's also all you can really hope for. There's no way that they're gonna like
Yeah.
do stuff with us. So like,
We're both in the next round. We can make something happen. You know, like 2 is a strong.
never know. Never know.
Common room.
Yeah, commenters.
All right. Well, I've got a second.
I think this is my first confessional of the season. I didn't do any confession. Like, I did a confessional on like the first like 2 rounds, and then it was just so intense that I always forgot to do confessionals. So I guess this is like the first one I did in the longest time.
All right. Well, I've got a second. I can't believe I'm here. I did not have the numbers going into 7. I did not have the numbers going into 6. I did not have the numbers going into 5. But in a game like this, all you need is a couple. I am sad. Shout outs to...
Truer words have never been spoken. You only need a couple. You don't need the majority in this game. In most games you do. In this one you don't, and that saved me because I lost the majority.
Maximo, Jess, Modern, Noah. I wanted to work with you. I wanted to go far with you, and it just did not work. I would have liked to work with Hannah and Taylor as well, but it just didn't end up happening. Who do I think is playing the best game right now? Hudson. I think Hudson is playing really well.
Yeah.
Hudson's never really been in the line of fire, and I feel like the only times that he's been in there, he's been... Oh, Hudson, I was just talking about you.
What were you saying?
I was just saying that I think you've played the best game so far. I think you just haven't been in the line of fire.
That.
I mean, I feel like a lot of it comes from, I don't know. This is like my first time really talking with you outside of things. Like,
This is literally the first time that Hudson and I had talked to each other. Like, not even just like one-on-one, like 3-on-1. We're just on opposite sides the whole time. So me thinking Hudson played the best game, it was just like I had to pick up the pieces because I was never actually talking to him. It was just all based off of assumption. I remember for the first 3 rounds, I didn't even know what Hudson looked like. I knew that there was a Hudson, but I could not put a face to the name because we just didn't talk. And I think that's really funny.
Yeah, no kidding.
different sides the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. I think we had what? We talked to each other one in that big group, but that's like like we've never been in like this little like call. But I don't know.
I don't know. I've enjoyed it though. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah.
I'd love if you didn't put me. I'll be straight up with you. I didn't put you in, but I have a feeling that I will be going in.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna be going in because I think you guys were in here for like 2 minutes, and like I think it's like not unexpected.
Yeah.
Hello,
exactly.
darkness, my old friend. Dante and Hudson, stop making out challenge. Here's my proposal.
Okay.
Miles
I'm
such a
putting
gamer.
you and Ethan. I think you should put me and Ethan in return. I don't know.
What is your strategy? Who are you trying to? I mean,
Well, to get
I feel like
Hudson
we're
out,
all
right?
I think we're all going in, right?
Yeah. I mean, are you saving me or is it Hudson saving me? Not that it matters, but I volunteered to save you, if that means anything.
I mean, not really, right? It's all kind of arbitrary.
Well, I mean, I put you in as a name, so technically I'm not sending you in.
That was funny.
You have 1 minute to submit. All right, I am going to go ahead and reveal you all one at a time in alphabetical order. If you are safe or in the riot. If the back of your card is blank, you are safe. If there is an X on it, you are in the riot. We are going to start with Ethanimale. Actually, Dante's literally right there.
I was gonna say, I think Dante starts before me.
I'm a host. I'm not that smart. Dante, you are in the riot. Ethanimale, you are in the riot.
Who could have guessed?
Hudson, you are in the riot. Miles, you are in the riot.
Let's
For
go.
the first time, I believe in a live game, we have all 4 competitors in the riot in the final 4.
That's crazy.
We are going to go ahead and play a competition that Luke and I maybe thought of last night that was so much fun. So it's called With Me and E, and you need 2 solo cups and a ping pong ball. For this competition, you need to have one ping pong ball and where did we put all my ping pong balls? There they are. 1 ping pong ball and 2 solo cups. 1 solo cup has to be upside down. The other solo cup needs to be right side up right next to it. Here's how this competition works. You are going to have to spell out the word eradication using items in your household. What I mean by that is you will have to run and grab 1 item that starts with the letter E. Go into the camera and say eraser or anything that starts with E, and then you will be good to go. Before you go and collect each item, however, you need to
if you look at me, I'm searching the room for. I mean, I think everybody is, but I am just searching for everything. Eradication's a long word. I mean, this is I think an 11-letter word. Oh yeah, it says it right here. So you got to find 11 objects that start with the letters. So I'm looking everywhere. And luckily, I got a lot of stuff. And like I knew, like right next to me, off the rip. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like spoiling some stuff, but like I'm just giving you the thoughts that I had in this moment. I had a tablet and a hat, which I just called a cap. So like they were right next to me. They were right by my foot. So I was like, boom, C and T done. So I'm just like looking everywhere. I guess I had there like you have a candle in the background I could have used for C, but I already had C. Chair again. There's no bees or backpacks, but I'm just like looking everywhere. I'm pretty sure Dante is. I'm sure Miles also is.
To successfully make
just see
a
us all
ping pong
looking
ball
around.
trick shot, like this. Bounce it off the top cup, and make it into the solo cup itself. You have to spell out the word eradication in order. So ERADICATION. All. And you have to grab a different object for each one. There are 2 A's, there are 2 I's. You have to think of 2 different ones for each of them. Last person to successfully bring back all 11 items is eradicated. Respond the final 3. Ready, steady, go.
Oh yeah, you had to make like a little bounce first.
Let's make a trick shot first, and then you can actually go and run. Ethanimale.
Last thing I'll say, well, I'm going to say a bunch of things. Who am I kidding? I had to take my headphones off for this. So the only way I was like hearing everything was through my wired headphones. But because I'm running all over the place, I had to take them off. And because of that, I have no idea how anybody else is doing, nor would I have any idea if I did something wrong. Which I was just like, I'm just going to be confident in myself and just hope that I do everything right. But so there was the thought in my head while I was doing this. I was like, I could just be last already and I wouldn't know. So I just had to pray.
Ethanimale gets it. Everyone else still trying.
Dante's going so hard.
Wait, can I go? I don't.
Yep. Yeah, you can say it out loud.
Envelope E.
Can I go?
Yes, if you get it in. I don't need to clarify if you make it.
Record,
Ethanimale and Miles at E.
record sweatshirt R.
E A.
Eraser.
You have to make a trick shot every time. You have
AirPods.
to make a trick shot every time. Miles, you have to make a trick shot every
what?
time.
Oh.
For every letter. You have to make a trick shot every letter. So make one for R.
You can't see though. Okay.
Yep.
Record sweatshirt R.
Yep.
Ritz.
Ritz.
AirPods A.
Yes. Dante struggling to get the
The strategy you should do here is you should get together all of the items before. Like you should just, because I'm running back and forth and going and looking, and I did try to do that, but there were times that I would get stuck and I couldn't think of something. So then in that point, then I would go and like run back and do my items. But the strategy you should do is just find all of your items at once and then quick fire all of them.
trick shot.
A1 sauce.
Yes.
Dinner D.
Yes. Dante panicking. Dante
Me
going
and
too
Miles taking an early lead.
aggressive with it.
That's good.
I.
Dante makes the shot. iPhone, yes.
R ring.
Rank?
Yes. Ethanimale gets
E.
T. For car, yes. Dante sprinting out of the room.
iPhone.
iPhone.
Apple.
Apple.
Lemon.
Hudson has gone missing.
That sounded, it was hard to hear, but I say cap. Like a baseball cap. I just had to hope that they heard me correctly.
Ethanimale trying to get the shot, makes it.
Also, keep in mind, we don't, the excellent editing job by Luke, by the way, to have the letters above every person. for this video, we didn't have that. If I was looking at the screen, I think it was just a quick glance to make sure everyone was still going. It also may have just been to look to make sure I'm spelling eradication right.
People are stuck trying to think about what item to bring next.
D dice.
D dice. Dante is at ERAD. Apple juice.
Keep forgetting about this.
I may have gotten away with one there, because you weren't supposed to use the same. Well, maybe I didn't, because you weren't supposed to use the same type of item twice in a row. Like if I had 2 books and like one started with C and one started with A, I don't think I could use both of those. I think I could only use it once, but that's the second time I used a drink. It wasn't the same drink as before. It was a different one, but I might have gotten away with a little something there, but maybe it's in the rules. I don't know. I wasn't going to ask. I was just going to keep going, and if they wanted to correct me after the fact, maybe then I would have found something different, but I was just sprinting.
Ethan's about halfway down. Ethan makes it again. Miles is missing looking.
Rotisserie
Yes.
chicken spice.
Rotisserie chicken spice.
What do
That
I use
counts.
for the second
Gone.
Ice.
Hudson, you need to make another trick shot. Ice. That counts.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I know what I use.
Hudson's
Spoiler,
lagging
I
behind,
get
but
to
made the
I.
trick shot. Now needs an A.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Alcohol wipe.
Cup.
Alcohol wipe. Yep, C cup counts. Everyone just running around. Dante makes
Oitos.
a shot. Yes. Ethanimale needs one
A
more
art.
object.
A
A art. A art.
I did kind of run away with this one a little bit. So I could not for the life of me find an
Dairy milk.
Dairy milk. That counts.
Hey, Apple. Found it.
A apple. That counts. Miles finally back.
Tea tank top.
T tattoo. T tattoo.
I need an object, Miles. I need an
Natural
object.
peanut
Sorry.
butter. ERADICATION. I don't know if I was out, but I'm out.
Ethanimale, you were the first one finished. Congratulations.
Let's go.
You're
Take
at
it,
final
take
3.
it.
Ice.
Take it.
First of all, final 3. We're making it to the finale. We're making it to the finale episode, regardless of if I win, get second, or fall just short and get third. I made it as far into the episodes as I can. This is my 4th riot. This is my 3rd win in the riots. First place. The only one I didn't win so far was the final 6th round, in which I got 3rd. But this was exciting. I was very happy to win this one dominantly. At this point, I have no idea how anybody else is doing because I couldn't hear the whole time. If you can hear me when I come back, I say, I don't know if I'm out. I think I say, I don't know if I'm out, but I'm out. And I think I meant to say, I don't know if I'm out, but I'm done. Because I really had no idea how anybody else was doing. You have nothing to base it off of except your own pace. I guess I could have stopped and looked, but why would I stop and check? I just want to be done as fast as I can. So hearing that I was the first person done was very exciting. Now I just needed Miles to do it, but what's funny here is that I'm just so excited that I don't watch the rest of this riot. I just go around cheering through my house. Which I think I turned my camera off, but I did not watch the rest of the riot because I just had so much adrenaline, and I was like, frick yes. I didn't say frick. But yeah, I really enjoyed winning that one.
Nice.
Sorry, quick, that was really loud.
I had to apologize to my neighbor because it was late. I had to apologize to Courtney if I was being too loud for our neighbors because it was late. 1 second. All right.
Identification.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I turned my camera off so I can just celebrate in
This is
peace.
close. Hudson is the one behind at the moment, but makes the trick shot. Now needs to find another item. Ethanimale sitting in final 3 comfortably while everyone else is still trying to find their last
Hell
cards.
yes.
Could be a close one. Cards. That
Cards.
counts. Yes.
Oh,
Hudson has
oranges.
more. Oranges. Hudson, Miles has 1 more. Looks like
And
Miles
you can
might
help
be
me.
the
What do I
close
have at the end?
Miles is asking me for help. Sorry, Miles. I just didn't even have my headphones on. I was gone. I would have helped him, because I needed him in the finals, but I just didn't have it. I was just like, Miles. Well, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Apple iPhone.
Italian dressing.
Yes. It is between Dante and Hudson right now. Miles just needs to find an N.
Oh, orange juice.
Oh, orange juice. Dante struggling the most here with the trick shot.
You know, I'm a. Sorry, language. I'm just not smart.
You're good. You need an N.
Textbook.
A napkin. Eradication. Eradication.
Dante is in the final 3. It's between Hudson and Miles. It's
Dante.
between Hudson and Miles.
I didn't even
Just
know
looking
Dante
for
was
the
in
N.
it.
Spell it out, Miles.
Eradication.
Miles is in
iPad.
the final 3. That means Hudson.
That's so good for me. Hudson is finally out. I really did like Hudson, even though we didn't talk very much. But I needed Miles to. I mean, obviously, I needed myself to survive, and then after I survived, I needed Miles to survive. And if I could have chosen anybody to get out at this point, it would have been Hudson, because he was just such a threat. And if I knew that I wasn't sure still if the final 3 worked the same way as this round did, but I was like, if Hudson can just win his way to the end, if he has that chance, and he does, no one stands a chance. So I needed him to lose here, and he did.
I am sorry. Is over. Great effort, everyone.
I'll be right back.
Hudson, good hustle, mate. That is a tough ride to compete.
Also, I didn't even know Hudson lost at this point. My girlfriend had to yell it to me because she was watching in the other room, with the door closed, just on her phone. So I'm just like in the living room. I'm just like, oh, thank God, one more round. So like final 3, let's go. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, I don't know who's out, because I'm like also putting some stuff away, and she just yells, Hudson lost. And I thought that was so, because I think she knew too that I needed Hudson out. So she wasn't like telling me any information that would help me in the game. But I think she was just excited as well, because that was good for me.
Pete in, and you stayed in it the whole time. The other 3 were just quick. You have no final words. We'll talk to you very soon, because the final 2 is just around the corner. Go ahead and turn off your camera and microphone. We'll give everyone a couple seconds to breathe after that one.
All right. That is very exciting. So, we started with 5 people in this episode, and we are down to 3. Taylor's eradicated, Hudson's eradicated. It is down to myself, Miles, and Dante. 1 more eradication, and then it's the final 2. I could not believe I even made it this far. Again, I just felt that I was... Maybe if I could get past the first round, like that's all I just didn't want to be first boot. But then the rounds kept going and going. And it wasn't until, it probably wasn't until final 5. I may have said this in the last episode, but when I survived the final 6 riot, that was the first time that I was like, I can actually see a path to the end now. And now we're there. Now we are 1 round away. 1 person standing in the way of the final 2. And that episode probably will not be coming out until late December. I'm surprised and thankful that Luke even was able to edit this one. I know that I think he had to like remote edit by using software on like a school laptop to access his computer at home. I don't know. But excellent job, Luke. one more episode. It's been a very long series. This has been like 6 months, but actually it's probably been longer. But I love it. I'm very appreciative to have gotten the opportunity to play in this. And yeah, one more episode. And then remember, December 2nd at Eradication Live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eradication Live, probably around 8 p.m. EST. There will be Eradication All-Stars. And now there's an even better chance that I'm on because I'm at least Final 3. So who knows? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a month for the next one.